While the packaging of this Aero Classics model might be a little bit confusing for some, the model itself leaves no confusion whatsoever, so of course we have to take a closer look. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 777-300 of Japan Airlines. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on the top of the box we have the Japan Airlines branding. So far so good. The back side of the box, well, that's a little bit of a different story. I have no clue what this is about, this manga, cartoon, whatever you want to call it, and I cannot read Japanese, but it has very little to do with the actual aircraft. What I can say is that this box is being used for at least 4 different models, so if you find this at a store or anywhere on the web, then you should make sure to check out what is actually inside the box, just to ensure that you're actually getting the aircraft model that you wanted to buy. And here she is, the Boeing 777-300 in the Japanese Airlines standard livery that was in use between 2002 and 2011. The model itself was made by Aero Classics in 2010. Now we should take a closer look at this aircraft model to see what it actually has to offer, and of course we are starting off with the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer find the Japan Airlines branding, which features a quarter sun outlined with silver. That's of course a reference to the Japanese flag. And also the horizontal stabilizers feature some printed detailing, and then on the fuselage we find the aircraft type specification, the full registration code of the aircraft, and the UNICEF logo which Japan Airlines supports. At the very tail we then also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the top of the fuselage we don't have any physical antennas, but we do have them indicated in the print, which I find to be an acceptable compromise. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then have the writing of Japan Airlines and the Japan Airlines branding that was used between 2002 and 2011. We do also find the One World logo, of which Japan Airlines is a member, and the Japanese flag. Across the fuselage and also at the very front of the aircraft around the cockpit section we have plenty of small hatches, sensors and other small printed details, where we of course then also have the cockpit windows and the window wipers printed on as well. And then we can also take a quick look at the engines, or more specifically the engine nacelles. They have, when it comes to printed details, the silver leading edge and at least one safety marking, so more than helper office. We should also note that one of the engines is placed a little bit wrongly. It's facing a bit too far down. On the other side that's been placed perfectly, but perhaps something to look out for if you are looking for this model. The physical detailing overall, I would say, of the engines is actually really nice, especially also here when we look into the engines from the front, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. And then on the fuselage, just above the wings, we find the emergency exit has been printed on here as well, also with loads of detailing, very nice. That leads us straight to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at. Starting off with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We have the markings as to where to walk on the wing. We have the thick black line indicating the outer edges of the landing gear, the full registration code, and of course the Japanese sun. The full registration code we then also find on the underside of the wings. My highlight, however, is the inclusion of the landing lights, a small and simple printed detail that, however, adds a lot of life to a model. The landing gear itself, overall, I think looks very nice as well. The only thing I'm not happy about is the fact that it's actually rolling wheels, so they can move, which is always something I'm concerned about when it comes to the longevity of the model. I'm always a little bit afraid that it will break at some point. A positive thing about the landing gear is, however, that they, for example, included some printed details at the front landing gear. That's of course very nice. And then last but certainly not least, they have also included the doors to the cargo compartments in the print here at the backside of the aircraft. Done a really lovely job with that, I must say, and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 777-300 in the 2002 to 2011 standard livery of Japan Airlines from Aero Classic in scale 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, let's not beat around the bush. This aircraft model is really good. I mean, is it perfect? No, by no means. I mean, Obviously, the engine on one side should have been mounted better, and I'm not a huge fan of rolling wheels. Also, I'm a little bit concerned about the white tone in the livery. I think it's a little bit too much cream colored. I think it should be a more clear white color, but overall the print quality is just really good. The amount of details is staggering, something a Harper Wings Club model does not even come close to. And I got this model from a retailer for around 33 euros, so that's even beating nowadays standard models from Harper Wings. Incredible. Of course, given that it is not the current standard livery, this might not be the model for everyone, but if you are looking for a seriously good 777 and if you like this livery, then I would say absolutely this aircraft model is worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.